Welcome back to the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers, all the people who have commented and actually been very helpful to me the last few days, giving me some education on some stuff that I had no idea about. This week we're still going to be attacking the F250, but might not get as much done as what we normally would. And the reason being is because I've got to figure out what parts we need, and we ran into a conundrum. Let me show you. Okay, so when I left you guys, I was letting this thing idle and heat up, right? Kind of wanted to go over, let it heat up, see if anything else was going to go wrong. Well, I'm glad I did for many reasons, but here's one. See how shiny everything is? You seeing all this? We sprung one heck of a diesel leak, and I happened to be across the yard, and I just looked over here and I was like, man, what is that? Diesel fuel was spraying. But you can see how it was hitting the top of it. Yeah. So diesel fuel was just spraying out everywhere. So finding that part in particular online, I can't be for sure what is what. So I'm going to take this old one off and see if I can't figure out, maybe go down to the local parts store and just hand it to them and say, hey, can you fix this? Can you make this for me? And kind of go from there. But I want to call out all the people who have commented on the last video. It's been very helpful to me. I think we're gonna be able to get this thing going in the proper way. And I'm not ignoring your comments either. I try to respond to everybody. The comment about the coolant. You know, I had remembered hearing about something about having to do the additives and stuff years ago. But if you'll notice, I put Prestone antifreeze in this thing, a 50-50 diluted mix, without any additive. So I think what we're going to do, just on the short term, I'm going to leave that alone and just worry about trying to get the transmission and the truck running together. And then we'll start backtracking and fixing some of those types of things, like doing a full engine flush, going back in with Motorcraft and put the additive in and all that. So I'm not ignoring your comment. I appreciate the comment. It's very helpful. The next thing I'm worried about here too, though, that I do have to address, you know, I've got to get the fuel line changed, obviously. After that, we need to figure out a way to get underneath this truck and really do some damage. So I really want to get the bed off. I've got a trick with the cherry picker, which you can look on my channel and you can see that I did it with the truck I affectionately call Bedford. But I don't know that it's going to work on this bigger bed. On this bed's longer. I don't know if that is going to work or not. And it's been raining here so much that I don't even know if I can move the cherry picker. So got a list of things like that to do. So we're going to bust this line off here and see if we can't go to the parts store and get some results, because I have to have that done, because I at least need to be able to move the vehicle. So we're going to start there. All right, so I already got the hose undone. It's this one right here. It goes in right here on the fuel regulator, but it runs down all the way underneath the air conditioner over here. So I'm gonna, bad as I don't really want to, I'm gonna go ahead and take this serpentine belt back off, and I'm gonna remove these 4 10mm bolts, try to set the air conditioner compressor out of the way to get more access in there to that hose. So yeah, let's see how that works out. I'll try this again. Can't find my 1/2-inch drive socket. I'm sure I'll find it after I'm done with this. That's how it always goes. There you go. All right. I know there's a lot of shadows here, guys. I wasn't actually expecting to have to work on it right here, so. Ooh, sweet baby Jesus. That didn't feel too good. I hope it's coming out okay. These are all the same length, so no big deal on that. We just need to set this out of the way just enough. Just enough to get access right here. Where are you running to? I might have to take that whole thing off. For real? Surely not. Here, I thought this was going to be an easy fix. Huh. That's going to be fun to try to get to. Come on. And everything over here is tight. No! Well, I'll never be seen again. Alright, where were we? Oh, yeah. Trying to get this crap broke loose. And I seem to have every extension except the right one. Story of my life. Come on. Wow. Tight. Real tight. I'm hoping I can just loosen these bolts off and not take them completely out, and just let the bracket slide on the bolts. I don't need a lot of room back there to get to that. It's just I need enough, you know. So to get this bracket off, you have 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts, and the hidden 4th bolt that you are going to have trouble finding is right here, guys. It's kind of hidden back up in here, but you have to get that one off, and then it will move out of the way enough for you to get to that line. So anyway, we're gonna get that 4th bolt loose, and hopefully this bracket will just slide over out of the way and give me plenty of room to get in there to get that line off. Now you can look online and try to find a replacement hose for this, and they're not easy to find. I have a part number that I'm going to show you. Okay, this D is a D as in dog. You might think the 8 is a B. It is not, but this is the part number, the Ford OEM part number. If you want to pause it right here, make sure you can see it right there. That is the driver's side part number for the driver's side hose that we're trying to remove right now. trying to find that hose is pretty rough. It's not readily available as you would think it should be, but it is available. You can find it. You can still get it through Ford. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to go about doing it yet, but I'm gonna try to get it figured out. Come on, baby. Get on there. Try to see if I can get you guys in here where you can see it. There's where it is on that 4th bolt that you're going to be searching for when you're trying to loosen this bracket. I have a 3-inch extension on a 3/8 drive with a 1/2 inch socket. And this is about the only way I'm going to get to do it. So, yeah. Figured I'd show you guys my little setup here. I'm going to try to break this thing free. Yeah. Man, that thing is tight. This might be rough. Alright, I want to show you guys just how stupid it got in the last 2 hours. My friends went ahead to get this long pole. I've got a deep barrel, 13mm with a 3/8 drive ratchet, and I had to get on the other side of the truck, on the other side of the fender, so I'm pulling in a straight pull to break that freaking bolt loose. And because if you strip it out, ladies and gentlemen, you're screwed. So be careful, and I hope you're able to get your bolt loose like I was. I'm not going to take it completely out. I'm hoping it'll swivel on that bolt. Take this one at the bottom out. But man, talking about wasting a day messing with something. This should have been a pretty easy thing, and it turned out to be a lot more to it. Anyway, that's what it usually goes to when you're mechanicking. So yeah, good luck to you. Whew, this week is flying by fast on me. Yesterday, I was able to, well, I'll just show you out here real quick. The F250 fought me yesterday, y'all. And it fought me pretty hard. You can see it was a pretty rough fight. Okay. Do a little recap here. In order to replace the hose out of the fuel regulator that goes to the driver's side head fuel line, you really about have to take off the air conditioner compressor and the bracket. I ended up having to take all the bolts out of the bracket and push it over, and I think the main reason I had to do that was because I did not get a factory hose. I couldn't find any anywhere, and went to Ford, and they pulled up a schematic, and we went through it. They said, well, I think we can get one out of Memphis, and we'll probably have it here tomorrow, but can't guarantee it, and all that. And so I came back home and decided I was just going to forcefully get that hose off. And I went down here to the local parts store that specializes in hydraulic hoses and things like that, and I just handed it across the counter. I said, can you make this? And he looked at me and said, yes, I can. So he went in and he made this hose, and here we are. So now it's Tuesday. I'm in the process of selling a boat, so I'm having to run back and forth to the boat because it's not here at my house, and having to run back and forth for that. So it kind of slowed me down a little bit here. I'm trying to get back on track. When it had the leak and it's spraying out, when I changed that hose, it got air in that line, of course, and then it got air back into the pressure regulator. Sometimes on these trucks, if that happens, take off the top of the fuel filter You can take that off a little bit and let some of that air out. Sometimes you can even hear it release a little bit when you take that off. And tighten it back down. Try your procedure a couple more times and it'll be good. Like I said too, guys, these old trucks like this one back here, you definitely want to just, if you're bringing them back from the depths, you know, from way back, you definitely want to just crank them, let them run. You want to try to get the engine up in some type of temperature, and on these diesels that's kind of hard to do sometimes. They run cold, especially just at idle. But you do want to let these things idle and let things happen, you know. If I'd have took that thing on a test drive the other day like we thought about doing, I almost convinced myself to do, that fuel line would have probably busted on the way and I'd have been on the side of the road. Now that would have made for great YouTube content for you guys, but that would have made for a really crappy day for me. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna let this thing idle some more today while I'm waiting on that guy to come see the boat, and then we'll go on to other things. But that's a good tip I think that everybody should, you know, think about. Now you don't want to walk away and just not stay within earshot, and you know, check it every now and then, make sure it's doing okay. But I do believe that's something that you want to do, especially when these old trucks that's a diesel like this. So there you have it. That's just your tip of the week. All right, we are back. Kinda. Finally, after, I want to thank Josh for coming and buying that boat today. I hope they have fun with it, and I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now back to the F250. Let's see what we have under here. All right. Oh. I don't know about you guys, it gets harder and harder to crawl around. Okay. I don't necessarily see any wiring on the transmission that's loose. That's plugged in. I don't see any broken wires. I guess that's a test port. I have to figure that out. Oh, that wiring looks good there. Okay, so this spot right there, you see where that bolt is? I can't do this all at once, I don't think. I can try. This spot right here, that's where you should have a speed sensor. So I'm wondering, I thought all the E4ODs had a speed sensor here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'll have to check into that. But yeah, so we don't have one on the tail shaft, obviously. Oh, I can just fill up in there. It's plugged in all the way. Don't feel any wires cut or anything. Feels normal. Okay, so that leads me to the speed sensor in the rear end, and by the looks of that wiring, we may be on to something. Let's slide back there and check that out. All right, everything's still got a good dosing of mud on it. This obviously was tore off and a repair was made. If I can get this. Man, there's mud got into every every part of this truck. And I'm gonna say though, by judging from this could be definitely be a wiring issue. Very much so. Man. Alright, so that's going. Wow, this thing has been repaired, and let's see, one splice place here, and another one up there. So yeah. Definitely not the best wiring for this. But I don't see anything that's just obviously like bad though. So gotta figure that out. Well, I've got some news here. I don't really know how to go about it. We'll stop a minute. Oh, that hood about on my last nerve, y'all. You know, we got into the truck yesterday and we wiggled every wire and looked at a bunch of stuff, and came back in here off camera because I wasn't expecting anything, but I want to show you something. Key on, wait to start. You know, what do you guys notice? Yeah, overdrive light quit flashing, and it's not blown. It still works, it still functions, but it's not flashing anymore. So it was looking like maybe a wiring issue. We'll have to dig deeper to make sure we fix it, but we're gonna try to start the truck like that. We're gonna let it idle a few minutes, see if it starts flashing again. We're gonna check the transmission fluid real quick, and then we might do a little test drive here. No means saying the transmission fluid is good. It needs to be changed. But it is in the cold mark. Alright, so we can try to take it and see what it is. So we're not going to go very far. I don't think we have much fuel left to be trying to do anything, but alright. Reverse, it went in, neutral. Ooh, that's reverse. I think our selector switch may have an issue. That's kind of what it feels like. Okay. The idea of what I'm trying to do at this very moment, first of all, cross our fingers, do not break down. Second though, is to see if we have a decent transmission. Do we have something shifting proper or not? This thing, it doesn't turn very good. So, all right, we got second gear. That was an easy shift. Third. Everything shifted out like it should. The thing is, I have really bad tires on here, so but we have a working speedometer, and transmission did not start flashing again. So I don't know if you can see any of this. Man, it's dark. No hard shifting. So basically we have a running driving truck. Yeah, that's very good news. Give it a minute here. Still no check engine light. I mean, speedometer worked fine. It's idling fine. And it drove fine. It needs tires and heck, guys, I guess we're doing pretty good. So, to add to my list here, I do have the forescan technology coming. I don't necessarily really have to have it now. I'm pretty sure that I figured out our problem, and it's that we have a wire that was just a little bit loose on the transmission. And when we wiggled that around yesterday, I think we fixed it. A couple things though. We have some severe sloppiness in this shifter. We probably need to try to get that fixed. It's not something that's like you have to have it done now. To drive it, no, it's not. But it needs to be fixed. This seat has power seats. This truck is fully loaded. So the seat needs to be figured out. See if I can get it to where it'll function the way it's supposed to. This is loose. I need to get it fixed. And a real deep clean, a new hood, or possibly try to fix that one. I'm not sure, but probably just need a new hood hinge on this side for sure, over here, and windshield wipers, windshield, side mirror. Oh, fuel, need to get the fuel tanks cleaned out, and the fuel gauge is working. I want to check the front tank, see if it's a viable tank. If it is, that would be great. Yeah, we're pretty much on the way to having this thing road ready. Yeah, awesome. Here we are, y'all. I've got this tank as empty as I can get it. Saved y'all the trouble. I'm pretty sure y'all are tired of seeing pressure washers and shop vacs. So, like I said, I kind of try to save you the trouble. So, I'm a one-man show, and I got this old dolly cart thing and an airplane flying over. Pardon the interruption. But I'm gonna I gotta get this tank out of the truck in order to get the bed cover out of the truck, so that I can get to the bolts that hold the bed to the frame, so I can get the bed off the truck, so I can fix the wiring, fuel cinders, all that good stuff. So this right here has been something I've been wanting to avoid, but I just got to get it done. So that's where my efforts have been for the last couple of hours. I'm gonna strain around on this a little bit and see if I can't get some kind of progress. You see these hooks up top? I tried to figure out a way. Well, let's say it this way. I have a very popular video. Actually, my best video so far is actually taking an OBS truck bed off of a truck with a cherry picker. It's got like 20-something thousand views, and for me, that's a big thing. I'm going to try that same method with this longer bed, and I think I can do it, but I have to get all this stuff out of here in order to even have a chance. But as I was saying, you see you got a hook spot there and a hook spot there. The problem is I can't get the cherry picker under the truck to get this up, so I'm gonna have to try to get this up over these tire wells onto this and try to get it out of the back that way. That's the attempt. What's up, buddy? Have a good one. Pick up the end and spin it around. So close. There's got to be a way here. And I apologize for the wind, guys. I don't know what's going on. I guess some stuff's moving in. I don't know, maybe I can manhandle it a little bit. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is what you call prepared to strain a giblet. Just get it up on that hump though. I think I could do something. Try to get my inner He-Man. See if I can't do something with it. It's just in an odd spot right there. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I think I'm gonna be able to get her, folks. Spoke too soon. So difficult. Get back there and maybe push it forward. I'm guessing, guys. Don't really know on this. This is not a one-man job. Enter the pinch point. Just like that, right? Nothing to it but to do it. Pretty good progress there, y'all. I'll get y'all out of the way before I destroy you. Whew. All right, so the plan is just to get it out of the truck. Get it on the ground. I can easily walk it up on my trailers and get it to well, to check it, see if it's even worth saving. It's probably not. It's probably going to the salvage yard. But yeah, progress, I guess. It's heavier than you think it is. Come on. Don't hang up on me now. Actually good, because that'll give me an opportunity to check the bottom. glad that's over with. So now I'm obviously got some trash in here to sweep up. Gonna get that done, and then I'm gonna get the liner out of here. Onward and upward. Whew. I'm tired. I always wondered what even held these things on. Well, I don't guess I really wondered. It's just now that I'm taking this off, I was kind of like, how's that held together? With some self-tapping screws. That's pretty much it. I don't know how many's in here or whatever, but we're gonna fire up the shop vac after I sweep all this crap into a pile and get most of it in a bag. I'm gonna take the shop vac, try to get the rest of it, and go from there. And so on. I think I'm going to just pry around on it a little bit and see what happens. To see what the condition of this bed's in, because I've heard, and who knows if it's true or not, but I heard that these mats can make them rot out and all that, and then I've heard other people say no, they're great, and so it'd be kind of cool to see. We've had a no-shoulder living in here, so hope I ain't waking him up. Oh yeah, found another mouse nest. Here's somebody right now in the comments. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You're gonna scratch the paint. Yeah. And I know I've said this in previous videos as well, but this is really a good way if you really want to make your girlfriend happy, your significant other, your wife. Do this stuff. See what you create, all the visual stuff you leave in the yard. Women appreciate yard decorations. And they appreciate you putting your time and effort into it. So remember that. I got a sneaking suspicion we got a couple more screws somewhere. Or not. gotta be tough. Dumb and tough. Well, fellas, I believe that bed looks pretty much brand new. A little bit of rust spots up there, but nothing major at all. So I'm gonna say these beds don't hurt anything, especially down here in the south. Now up north, I'm sure it could wreak havoc on your stuff, but down south here, lower Arkansas, not a problem. So it's cool. Now it looks like we're gonna have pretty good bolts, and we'll be able to get this bed off pretty easily, it looks like. Well, I'm gonna say easily, but we all know how muddy it is and underneath, so, and that's really where the work's at. So probably not, I'm not gonna say easy, but we're getting progress here every single day. I will clean this back up, and I see no reason not to put it back in the truck, so it's going back in. Yeah, so it's gonna go back in. I'll make sure that this bed is as clean as I can get it as well. Probably gonna try to fix these dents right here on the side, try to get that back level, as level as I can anyway. So yeah. All right, well, in case you've never done this before, this is what the bolts for that hold the bed on look like. And what they do is they have a square end below this that grips into the top of or inside of the bed, and it's supposed to hold so you can take it out from the bottom without having to hold anything up here. Now these trucks have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe is all they have holding them in. This ain't my first rodeo. Like I said, I have a video showing taking the bed off of another OBS Ford, but I think the bed's a little shorter on it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. We're gonna give it a shot with this one too. It's the one-man do-it-yourself. I've got it in the playlist, but you're gonna get to see it again here with this as well. Basically what we're gonna do is unbolt all the bolts, try to get them out. We're gonna run a strap from here, this corner to that corner, and from that corner to this corner, and we're gonna try to slide the cherry picker underneath the back here and hook it to the middle where they X across and slowly jack up. Now you will have to take your fuel filler necks off. Make sure that you take off your fuel caps as well. I think these are 3 7mm bolts. I think that's what it is. I'll look as we get to that. And I do think you have to take the tail lights off too on this truck in particular, and I'm not really sure I did that on the other one. I'm gonna look and see if there's another way to just unhook the wiring down here at a Y or something. I'm not sure though, so it's been a while. But that's what we're gonna try to get done. As you can see, there's still, I don't know, 2 or 3 million tons of mud still caked underneath this truck. And that's going to probably be what makes this job more difficult, because I've got to be able to get to the bolts while dealing with that. So yeah, not good, not fun. So I'm gonna have to get some major light in here and do a pretty good workaround. So see what I can do. All right, I'm back under. I got a little bit of light here, but man, it's so dang nasty in here. This is not going to be easy. I'm going to have to slowly but surely try to find all of them. What the heck's all that about, I wonder? Eye protection. Keep your mouth closed. I'm gonna dig around here, see if I can locate them. Should be one right in here, this area, and one in this area. I'm gonna try this side first. That bolt should be protruding a little bit further, I think. Maybe that's it. This might get rough. So I had to put on a little wobble here to get in there on it with using my 1/2" drive impact. If you were doing this with a 3/8 drive, you might not have to do this, but then again, you're also going to have a harder time breaking these things loose. So I'm going to try to get on that and do it. See if I can break it. I'm using a 3/4, but I think they're actually a 18mm. Yeah, that's just spinning on there. All right, I'm gonna try to get back on. I don't even know if you guys can see that bolt up in there. I don't have a real deep 18mm, so I finally found my 18mm. So I don't know if you guys can see how I'm on there, but I've got a swivel at the end. This is a 1/2" drive with an 18mm. I wish it was a little deeper one, but it's not. But it seems like it might work using my Craftsman 1/2" drive impact. Got it. Whew. Eye protection's a must. There's the bolt. I'll push it out, get it from the top. I'm just going to give you a better look at what I'm using here. So this is an 18mm socket. It could stand to be a little bit deeper, but if this fits on it, it kind of helps you. Here's the swivel that I'm using, and I'm not really sure. I guess that's maybe a 10" extension. That's what I'm using here to get these off. This goes to our tailgate, I believe. I went down to where we got the truck and was looking for the tire or the rim that we're missing, and came across some of the other stuff that belongs to the truck, so that's good. At least I have that. But I also had to go down there because I have a place down there. I left a bunch of ratchet straps, and I need them in order to get this bed off this truck. So down there, this is where I went to pick up these ratchet straps. You know, I don't think that does go to this truck. I'm gonna take that back. This is a lot narrower. Huh. I guess it can be used though, huh? I don't know, fellas. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, not the point right now. Not the point. So, what we're going to do here, guys, we're going to take a ratchet strap from that corner to this corner. From that corner to this corner. And then we'll make an X across this truck bed. Okay? And then with the tailgate up, we'll back it up and hook the cherry picker to it and see if we can't raise it up off of it. That's basically it. Hold tight. Alright, see if I can climb up in here and get us some strap. All right. I think you can see what I did here. So we have an X in the middle. We'll pull over to the cherry picker now. So we got to back this thing up a little bit further so we can get the hook into this X right here. Well, I think we got her back as far as we can get her. So now I'm gonna climb up in here and try to make this hook work out. Guess I'm gonna lower it down a little bit first. Uh-oh. Oh no. Dang it. Hold that thought. Well, we've hit some cherry picker problems. I can't get it to loosen up. It lets the jack up and down, so I'm gonna have to heat it up and see if I can't get it to work without ruining it. Give it a shot right there, I think. Hang on. Well, after way too long messing with it, we finally got it to break loose with a lot of heat and this pipe wrench. It's the only way we could get it. Anyway, as you can see, we definitely lowered her down. So I'm gonna get in here and see if I can't get this thing. I'm gonna jack it up a little bit more because that's ridiculous, but I'm trying to get this hook around that X spot up there and show you guys how we do it. Alright, we'll get in there and see what I can do with that. Alright, so here's the deal. As I explained earlier, I think this bed's a little bit longer than that other one that I did. And this can be dangerous, so y'all attempt this at your own risk and, you know, do your due diligence and see if this is something you even want to attempt. I think it'll be okay. There's no guarantees when you're messing with stuff like this, so y'all be careful if you try to do it, and I'm not recommending you do it. If you do it, it's on you. How about that? But I'm gonna try it. You want to go slow. Watch where your hands are at and where your face is at in case something were to pop loose and get you. You got to be careful, guys. Like I said, I don't recommend doing this. This is how I'm doing it though, so I want to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I went around and put the cap back on the back fuel tank for sure. I did that. The other cap's up on the carport. So, but this is the result of what I'm doing here. And you want to go around and make sure there's nothing still holding. And as you can see, it is free. And now, see how I've got a leak here? And you gotta be careful. I wouldn't be putting my arms and hands and stuff in pinch points. You gotta watch all that kind of crap. But I pulled both filler necks down. This one needs a cap put back on it. This really needs to go a little bit higher so these tires are clear. So I'm gonna try to get it up a little higher and then try to pull the truck out from under it. Give you a little walk around. Now I'm gonna get a longer rod and get back out of the way a little further to try to do this. Now here at your tailgate too, you know, it's going to hit up here on your cherry picker, so if you're worried about damaging it, You might want to try to put something in between it, or don't go up this high or whatever. There's something to look at. And all I'm trying to do right now is get enough clearance for the tires to get out from underneath it. That's all I care about right now. So I think we can drive forward now, so we're going to try it. Like that. Yeah, you can see the bed's suspended here with the cherry picker, engine hoist, whatever you want to call it. Now we have that off, so look at all the access I have here to get all this mud off. I'll be able to check all these tanks now, and it's just going to improve the truck overall. So I'm going to try to gently let this bed back down so it's a little safer for anybody out here. This is basically the procedure if you're a one-man show. Now I will say this, these straps are probably rated enough to do this kind of a thing, but I wish I had a little bit bigger strap. I don't like that I had those folded over there. That's not ideal. So if I had bigger straps, I wouldn't have been as nervous about doing it. Now you notice I did let this all the way down to the ground. I don't want any animals or anything or a big gust of wind to come up and cause some more damage or mess somebody up. Like I said, what you can see right here, I think we may have done this. It might have been that way, but this is going to hit up here, so keep that in mind. You might want to put something here. In my other video, you've seen that I put a pillow here. If you go back on my channel and watch what I did to the other Ford when I took the bed off, you can see that. But like I said, look at all the access we have now. You know, literally tons of access to be able to get this thing clean and manageable. So thank you guys again for always tuning into the channel, for liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. As you can see, we're going to have a lot more access. It's going to be a lot less work to do the work. And hopefully we'll get into some more of the fun stuff with this project coming up this next video. Thank you guys for joining me. Like and comment and subscribing. I appreciate you. We will see you next week. Remember, show your work.